My girls were young. I got a divorce, and I was actually chatting with a girlfriend about the experience last night and my regrets of not being able to give my girls that stable, perfect family life that everybody dreams about. And there were a lot of things I did wrong. But one of the things I did right was I manned up and I got my shit together and I worked my tail off and I dedicated my life to those girls and moved them from country to country until we found our stability. We spent a lot of time with my friends, both male and female, people that I trusted, people that I wanted them to look up to, and most of them are still in their lives today. While I know they probably felt pain and maybe still do feel pain over their parents no longer being together, I hope that those dance parties in the living room, the walks to school, the solo trips together, the opening gifts on their birthday, specially picked out for them by mom, them watching me work and be independent and struggle and do all the things that moms need to do in order to survive. I hope all of those experiences far outweigh any pain that they may have felt. So to all those single moms out there, remember that your strength and your tenacity will far outweigh any pain that may linger in regards to your failed relationship. You've totally got this. When my girls were young, I got a divorce.
Okay, guys, let's talk about this, right? Let's talk about this because divorce does affect the kids. It does. And nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about how divorce affect the kids, right? Because it's about women, because it's about women's happiness, women's feelings, they're more important in this world than, how kids feel about, the divorce, how it affects their well-being, it affects their mental health. Nobody cares about that, bro. And one thing I've realized is women don't care themselves about the kids. They don't care, bro. When it comes to their feelings, they don't care, bro. Women are loyal to their feelings. They don't care, bro. They don't care. They rather put kids in a different position, right? Where in a difficult position, I'm sorry, where they cannot even recover. They don't care if they recover. They don't care if they're creating trauma. They just don't care, bro. Imagine you're running around with your kids. You're giving your kids your friends. Because that's what she said. She said, she gave the kids to her friends, not the father. Where's the father? What is it that the father did that is so bad that you can't give the kids to the father, but you can give the kids to the friends? You cannot give the kids a stable household, but you can give the kids to your friends. What is it that the husband, I bet he did something bad. I bet he did something bad because, what you did to your kids, it's something that it's irreversible. You understand what I'm saying? It's not gonna be reversible. It's not gonna be, it's like you just don't care, bro. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, let's move on to the next video.
So today is the day that I got divorced, and someone commented why I got divorced. And when do you know you need to file and it's over, right? This was probably over a year of hurt and going back and forth. He was canceling therapy sessions, getting more into sexual addiction and seeking things online. But I'm not trying to bash him. Everyone has their own things that they battle with, and that was just his. And I couldn't take it anymore, being second best every time. And I did want to say that for the people who second guess themselves all the time, their intuition, and they're told they're crazy, it's just their insecurities. It's not your insecurities. There's a reason you're having that feeling, and my feeling was right. So today I signed the papers. The court approved it. It's signed, and the terms are under adultery. So that says it right there, but I really don't wish him any hate. I loved his family, and that was really hard to hear things that weren't true being said about me. But I do just want to say, like, I have no hate towards him, towards anyone he's possibly in a relationship we're talking to. It's hard, and I'm not going to act like it's fine. That everything happens for a reason. And sometimes people are in your life as lessons, and sometimes they're in your life as a lifetime. And that wasn't it. So today is the day that I got divorced. And
Okay, this is crazy, guys. This is crazy. And I know, like, see how she's talking about this man and saying, I'm not gonna say anything bad about him. It's because this man, 9 out of 10, he didn't do anything. He didn't cheat. He didn't put his hands on her. Like, he didn't do anything of that nature, right? But now she's sitting here crying, talking about, I'm divorced, I'm free, you know what I mean? But you're crying, right? You just made the biggest mistake of your life, ma'am. And that's a fact. There's nothing good about divorces, guys. There's nothing good about divorces. I don't know why divorces are glamorized, you know what I mean? They're romanticized and all that stuff. I don't understand why women look at divorce as like an achievement. It's not an achievement. It's a tragedy. Like, it's like putting people in a disadvantaged position, like putting people in a difficult situation. You understand what I'm saying? People are in situations right now because you decided that, you're not feeling this marriage anymore. You want to see what's going on out there. Now people are like sad, and people are trying to figure out how they're gonna start over. People are losing things, especially the husband. He probably lost like half of his stuff, and you thought it's cool to leave him and take half of his stuff and then go and start a new life and think someone is just gonna come in and replace your husband. It doesn't work like that, mama. It doesn't work like that. Most women, they divorce, they try to go out there, they get on dating apps because that's what they do. Imagine, bro. Imagine. You know how terrible you gotta be, like, divorce your husband and get on a dating app. You must be the most terrible person in the world, bro. Like, to divorce your husband and get on a dating app. Because the dating apps are terrible. Like, hookup culture is thriving on dating apps. There's nothing real there. It's all about, dates and, using each other. Men want to smash and women want to have free dates. That's just what it is. Nobody trusts nobody. You understand what I'm saying? So people are wasting their time getting on dating apps thinking that they're going to find, partnership. And that's crazy. They divorce their husband. They break up their family. Something that, it would have lost them forever. They throw it away and get on dating apps. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy to me. But anyway, that's it for today. My name is RJ Godfella, and this is the RJ Godfella Chess. Now, if you like this type of content, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button as well. Peace. I'm out.